October 23rd, Blackwood Auction House. My name is Peyton Legacy, and I'm a professional antique appraiser. 3 weeks ago, I inherited my great-grandmother's silver locket, the one that's been passed down to the firstborn daughter in my family for generations. The moment I opened it, I heard the first whisper. Now, the whispers never stop, and the faces in old family portraits are changing. They're watching me, and the locket is getting colder against my skin every day. This is my testimony of how a family heirloom became my personal nightmare. The first whisper came as I examined the locket under my office lamplight. "Protect us," it breathed, a sound like dried leaves scraping stone. My hazel eyes widened, fixed on the intricate silver filigree. The auction house stood silent around me, but the locket seemed to pulse with a heartbeat of its own. Cold seeped through my appraiser's gloves. When I opened the clasp, the photograph inside showed my great-grandmother's face, but her eyes were moving, tracking my every breath. I snapped it shut, my inherited olive skin prickling with dread. The whisper came again, clearer this time. "They're coming." That night, dreams of shadowed figures clutching identical lockets haunted me. I woke to find the heirloom on my nightstand, open though I'd secured it in my safe. The photograph had changed now. It showed my mother as a young woman, her expression terrified. At work, the whispers grew more frequent. The chain must not break. They hissed as I assessed a Victorian tea set. My hands trembled so badly, I nearly dropped a priceless cup. Later, reviewing security footage, I saw it. A pale hand reaching from the display case where I'd stored the locket. But the case remained locked, undisturbed. I discovered my great-grandmother's journal hidden in an old trunk. Her elegant script detailed how each woman who wore the locket gained the sight, but became bound to the watchers. She wrote of shadows that mimicked family members, of whispers that predicted deaths. My own reflection began shifting in mirrors. Sometimes my eyes were someone else's, someone ancient and fearful. The locket grew so cold, it left frost patterns on my skin. When my colleague Sarah touched it accidentally, she recoiled, screaming about dead hands pulling at her wrists. The marks remained for hours. Photographs in the locket now show future horrors, my own face contorted in a silent scream, the auction house burning, familiar figures with hollow eyes reaching for me. The whispers have become constant, overlapping voices of all the women who've worn this curse. "The breaking is near," they chant. Last night, I woke to find 3 shadowy figures standing around my bed, each wearing a duplicate of the locket. They mirrored my movements exactly. When the one in the middle spoke, it used my voice. The last daughter must choose join the chain or break it forever. I stand in the auction house vault, the locket burning with unnatural cold against my chest. The security cameras have failed. From the darkness between storage shelves, figures emerge, generations of my family, their eyes empty, their movements synchronized. They extend identical lockets toward me, whispering in unison about completing the circle. The main figure steps forward, and I recognize my own face, aged and sorrowful. "We've been waiting for you," my future self says, reaching out. But as our fingers nearly touch, I notice something the others don't have. My locket has begun to glow with faint, angry red light. Their smiles falter. Something new is happening.